What's going on? In the shop today, I was sent a couple of products from a Amazon company called Issyzone, and they sent me some of these Kamimoto mirrors. I did actually, in fact, need a mirror for my razor. I've got one of those long golf cart ones in there, and I just wasn't really too happy with it. It bounces around quite a bit, flexes quite a bit, and really to me the visibility is not that great, but it's what I had at the time. So I had them send me out one of their 15-inch straight mirrors here, and then also they would like for me to do a little review on these dual side ones. The only problem with the dual side ones here is that where I ride it's really tight, and I know that they just wouldn't last very long on my system, but for like a Ranger on the farm, using it at the work site, everything, they're great. They're big, and this one here I still wanted it up out of the way, so we're gonna get to a little unboxing. Go ahead and get this out of here. Real short, sweet, and simple. There's what we got. Let's see here. The brackets to actually go onto it. Nice, metal, secure. Looks like a powder coat finish. I think they sell them in inch and 3/4 and 2-inch for your roll cage. And this is just going to go on the top bar right down the center of mine and clamp on. Mirror portion, I got one like this, and yeah, because I wanted it to where it still is going to block some of my mounts for like my iPod and my light bar. So I still wanted something up in the top, but I can get some more headroom. But it is a nice metal frame finish, good bolts. Then for the next one here, we've got the two side mounts. Mirrors. Once again, they got these are plastic roll cage mounts, but then they got all these different size rubber inserts that you can put in to fit your cage, and so it's vibration resistant and really clamps on tight. Got a couple of Allen head bolts in there to mount it up. As far as the mirror goes, it is a plastic back housing, plastic housing up here, but they do fold away, so when you do say you happen to hit something, it can get back to it. So big face though on it, big face, easy to see. We'll see how these look mounted up. So this is what I'm running right now. Like I said, it's just the golf cart one, but the problem is that I did have to mount it to my cage here just because at the time I wasn't going to drill it into my stock or my cage here. And so this does kind of rattle around and jump around a lot. I try to put some spacers in there, and as you can tell the mount's getting loose. And so yeah, it's just time to go. So we're going to start by taking this off. Which these are, I mean, these work all right, but they just don't hold up over some of the big bumps and things over time. Kind of why I wanted to go ahead and get one that actually did clamp nicely to the cage here. So get rid of that. Now I got to just get rid of these brackets right here. Okay, so we're just going to see kind of about where this is going to mount up to. Looks like I can put the mounts just right in between my mounts for my bag there. So we'll put one right here and then one over there. So I got one bracket mounted up, just put around the cage and put on your two stainless bolts in there, tighten it up. So there's the way that I've got the brackets and everything mounted up. It does fit real nicely into there. Does hide everything now, and the overview will be way better, I think, when I can sit in here, just look right behind me. Okay, so here this one is mounted. You can see kind of the overview of it. Okay, so this one is done and mounted. It is way sturdier. I like it a whole lot more because, like I said, right here it's just all nice and tight now. I do have a better view, like looking out the back to where all my speakers and everything are. The other one was just real concentrated. This one's actually a whole port. It seems like it magnifies the space in between better. And yeah, I know what most people say about my setup too is you can't see anything behind you anyways with your 3 snorkels there and your 8s and what you have your actual cooler back there. All that Kevin and I look for is just a little indication. All of us run whips, all of us run light bars. It's just a real quick indication. So don't think I'm using like this thing as a full-time backup like you do in your vehicle. But yeah, we're done with this project, so take it all off. I am, like I said, actually really glad to be able to get to a solid mount. And these mounts are definitely way overkill for a little reverse light, but couldn't be happier. Okay, so after the first part, when you put on your roll cage mount here, basically want to put it on there. First you want to get your 4mm Allen and loosen up on that Allen head right there. So when you put it on there, this is what's going to give you part of your adjustment, is then you pull out, release it, and then you can turn it and lock it in, and that gives you your straight up and down portion of it. When I first put it on there, it was like turn like that and you just can't get to it. So loosen out on that Allen head, turn it back, kind of set it where you want. I'm going to do it to where this portion, flat spot right here, is going to be parallel with the ground. So pull it back off. And tighten it up. Put mirror back on. And the Allen heads that come with it are 2 different sizes. They're the pass-through ones that clamp down really nice. So you just want to take the thicker one, put it in the back side or front side, just depending on your orientation of your clamp when you put it on. Then you also want to get a 10mm socket and go in through it from underneath there. Loosen up on, there's a nut back there a little bit. That's going to give you your adjustments right in this portion. I'm going to have to sit in there and see exactly where I want. And go and tighten that up. And then it is done. Overall, like I said, it is pretty big for my use on the Razor, but I will be taking these off and installing them on a Ranger coming up. So the Ranger at work, we haul around. Some people here and there use it for towing the trailers and everything like that. So these are going to come in handy. And also when you're sitting in the Ranger, it's going to be a little higher up. So real nice setup too. And like I said, when you hit something, these can be folded back. So it might work in some people's applications, but just not so much mine. But I do appreciate it sending me out that one and the one up there, because that one up there is definitely going to come in handy for me. So once again, I appreciate Issyzone on Amazon there that contacted me so he could send me some of his products review. Like I said, he's kind of a small company starting out, but he does have a lot of great products so far. Both of these are part of his inventory. He has half windshields, full windshields for Razors. He's got some really nice mounts, kind of like what we used on the center mirror there, for cubes, light bars, everything else. So switches. He's got a lot of electrical stuff on there too. But go check him out on Amazon. And once again, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, so I actually just sat in the Razor, and I actually love these mirrors. I didn't think I would, just because they are pretty big, but man, you see everything from, say, this far over all the way over to the driver's seat. I'm not going to get in there and show you just because you're not gonna see me. But yeah, I mean, if they would have worked in my situation, then yeah, I would run them most definitely. But I've already got a Dodge right now, so I don't really need any more of the tow mirrors. But they are going to work perfect on the Ranger at work. But it really surprised me. You can see a whole lot more than what I was expecting.